Hello class. Today's chapter is neural control and coordination. A very important chapter. So before we start the chapter, let's discuss about few terms. Stimuli. Any change or whatever can bring the change in the internal or external environment is called an stimuli. For example, heat, cold, sound, smell, taste, touch, gravity, water, anything that is known as a stimuli. So, whenever there is a change in the internal or external environment, it is called an stimuli, but it must create a response, and that response should be in the form of body movement. Another is your coordination. For a proper response to a stimuli, many organs in the body should work together, and this working together of various organs in an organism to produce a proper response to a stimuli is called coordination. In animals, control and coordination is done with the help of nervous system and the endocrine system. While in case of the plants, although they are not having very well developed nervous system, but they have substances called plant hormones of phytochrome, which are actually controlling the function of the neural control, rather you can say. And then you are having, in case of animals, the coordination is done by many receptors working along with the nervous system and the endocrine system. These receptors can be phonoreceptors for the sound used by the ears, olfactory receptors for the smell, gustatory receptors for the taste, and other sense organs having other receptors which will help them to receive the stimuli. These stimuli must create a response to be a stimuli. Once the response is being created, then through the nervous system it passes to the effector muscles. If you'll see, there are three types of nerve cells, or you can say nerves. Number one is your sensory nerve. It is collecting the nerve impulse, or it is collecting the stimuli and taking the nerve impulse to the central nervous system. Then motor neurons, which are bringing the order from the brain or the spinal cord to the effector muscles so that a response can be created. There are certain interneurons or mixed or associated neurons also, which are functioning for both sensory and motor purpose. All these nerves, they are attached to the central nervous system, which consists of brain and spinal cord. In case of the nerves, they are originating from brain, they are called cranial nerves, and the nerves which are originating from the spinal cord are called the spinal nerves. These cranial nerves and the spinal nerves, they form the peripheral nervous system and reaches to each and every part of your body, working with autonomous nervous system. Autonomous nervous system is having sympathetic nerves and the parasympathetic nerves. Sympathetic nerves are actually controlling the skeletal system and involuntary system, which are responsible for creating the response for fight and fright condition, meaning increasing the heart rate, increasing the conversion of glycogen into glucose, increasing the breathing rate, etc. While the parasympathetic nervous system, it is actually inhibitory in nature and works opposite to the sympathetic nervous system. For example, those functions which were increased by the sympathetic system, the parasympathetic system controls it and brings it to the normal. So it is also said to be the rest and best system. Means the food is being digested, no extra work is being done, no heartbeat increased, nothing about the increase in the respiratory system or the respiratory functions. So it rather brings the body back to the normal condition. So they are working in the opposite way, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic, but they are not antagonistic to each other. Rather, they are complementary to each other. Thank you.